Hello everyone, you're watching News Mongolia on MNB World. I'm your host Untitled Chapter. Our top stories. 394 more cases confirmed on Thursday. Government decided not to enter into the red level of the emergency response. Erdenes-Tavan Tolgoi bond financing is planned to be used for large-scale national development. For other news, stay tuned. The National Center for Communicable Diseases updated on the COVID-19 status in Mongolia.
394 new COVID-19 cases have been confirmed in the past 24 hours, after 20,489 people were tested nationwide. The country's total number of cases has reached 8,841. 150 people have recovered, and the total number of recoveries is now makes up 5,070, or 57% of total cases. All new cases were confirmed domestically. 266 cases out of the new cases were confirmed in Ulaanbaatar, making the total cases of Ulaanbaatar 7,266, and 128 cases were recorded in Sileng, Darkhanol, Arhangai, Tuv, Khufskul, Urhangai, Bayahongor, Bolgang, Hovd, and Sukbaatar provinces, making the number of confirmed cases in provinces 1,038, the total number of domestic cases. Immunization campaign has started in 6 provinces, including ALTAI, Darkhanol, Tuv, Umengov, Dorngov, and Orkhang. As of today, 311,266 people in Mongolia have been inoculated first shots of COVID-19 vaccine.
The government of Mongolia convened on Wednesday and decided not to impose a 2-week lockdown. However, operations of some sectors will be restricted from April 3rd till 18th.
The government of Mongolia has decided not to move to red level of the emergency response. However, the Prime Minister and cabinet members supported the proposal of the National Emergency Commission to restrict activities of some sectors nationwide between April 3rd and 18th. This is related to the policy of maintaining an infection control regime, protecting the public health, as well as to protect workplaces and businesses. According to the recent decision, restaurants, lounges, saunas, swimming pools, leisure centers, cinemas, entertainment and fitness centers, resorts and training centers will be completely closed. Food production and restaurants to operate pick-up and delivery services only. Hairdressers and beauty salons to work only on weekdays following infection control regime. Trade centers should be sterilized and disinfected, and the number of customers should not exceed 30% of the normal capacity. Only 30% of large markets such as Narantol, Kharkhoram, Bars, Khuchit Shonkhor, and Narantol 2 will be open on weekdays and closed on weekends. Shops and malls will close at 8 p.m. The movement of citizens to provinces, except for good reasons such as attending a funeral, will be prohibited. Only truck drivers delivering food, freight, fodder, and fuel will be allowed out of the city. Elderly people over the age of 60 are advised not to leave their homes unless it's necessary and should be inoculated with a COVID-19 vaccine shot in order to prevent infection. Public and private organizations are instructed to operate with no more than 30% of all staff.
For the initial market order of Erdenes-Tavan Tolgoi's GSC's bond, a bell-ringing ceremony took place at the Mongolian Stock Exchange on March 13th. The bond is part of the 1 trillion MNT comprehensive plan for economic recovery implemented by the government of Mongolia to attract investment by offering securities to the public.
Erdenes-Tavan Tolgoi bonds will be traded on the stock market in MNT and US dollars. Foreign currency transactions prevent exchange rate depreciation. A total of 40 million shares will be publicly traded from March 30th until April 2nd.
For the first time in Mongolia, Erdenes-Tavan Tolgoi, a major national developer, has successfully launched the first tranche of 600 billion Mongolian tugruks in bonds worth up to a total of 2 trillion MNT as part of the Mongolian government's $10 trillion comprehensive plan. In the past, To raise such a large amount of capital was only possible from abroad. But now I think it's a great opportunity to use all the domestic resources and to be able to maintain the bond returns in Mongolia. The bond is special itself, as it's issued in combination Tugrug with the US dollar. In a sense, it's a combination of the US dollar and the Tugrug, and a high-value bond has never been listed on the Mongolian stock exchange market. Today, only the first tranche was launched.
It is said that investing in bond financing will have a positive impact on the Mongolian stock market. A bond which is said to have higher interest rate than bank deposits will be sold in 3 stages.
The bond itself is issued in Mongolian Tugrugs and US dollars. The interest rate itself is high, so I think it's such an important product that attracts not only domestic but also foreign investors. As the largest Mongolian enterprise attracting capital, the export infrastructure issues will also be solved.
The return on the bond is estimated at 670,000 Mongolian Tugrugs. Officials say the benefits can be reaped in 3 months and not in 1 year.
As the Bank of Mongolia enters into an IPO treaty with commercial banks, it can be traded freely on the secondary market in 3 months, not necessary for a period of 2 or 3 years. We have a lot of research to do and monitoring of loans to invest in when a lot of bonds are issued.
Erdenes-Tavan Tolgoi bonds can be purchased through the Mongolian Stock Exchange listed securities company.
Now let's check on the currency exchange rates provided by Mongol Bank. And here is the weather forecast for major cities around the world. Well, that's all for today. Many thanks for staying with us on News Mongolia. See you tomorrow with more stories and updates. Please follow MNB World on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.